evening, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. If you're watching this live, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the live show. This is the 111th episode of the Political Spotlight. I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. If you're watching this on repeat, welcome. All that information applies. The only thing that is different is if you're watching this live, I would ask that you please comment over on the right-hand side of YouTube. Please comment in the comment section. This is a very interactive show. If you're watching this on repeat, please comment down below in the comment section. We love to interact with you, and we want to do that either live while the show's going or after the show, and we do our best to communicate back and forth with you. Please check us out. Also, do the other YouTube things. Please, if you will, subscribe to the show if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you stay up to date when we release information, and we have live commentary to bring to you, as well as other static videos, shorts, and various other information that you need. The live shows, of course, are our number one thing here. And then, of course, please do what we ask that helps us more than anything, and that is to hit the like button and to share the show with everyone you know. That really helps us out, helps spread the word and get the word out. We are a political show here at the Political Spotlight. Go figure that one. We are not a news or journalistic type program, although some people might consider us news or journalism. I consider myself an opinion piece. I consider myself an opinion man, a political mouthpiece, a political opinion mouthpiece. I am absolutely a political commentator. I'm not here to give you just the facts straight down the middle. I am here to give you my opinion based on my years and years of experience in politics and the great wide world, and then tell you to do your own work and figure out what you believe from there. Hey, we do have some breaking news that we need to talk about tonight. And Again, folks, this is big news tonight, and it's not going to be a fun night. It's not going to be good. This is not good news. It's rather sad, sick, and disgusting. So, warning there. So, a couple of things. Before we get started, I do want everyone to share this in the Randolph County area. The majority of tonight's show is going to focus on information from Randolph County, and it's going to share. It's going to have information from the Winchester area, Randolph County, Union City, and around the eastern side of Indiana. But this will also pertain to information. Also have information that will pertain to people from all over, and this is something that we should all care about. Before we get into the breaking news tonight, I do want to let everyone know that the show last night that we did, that I said that I was late because I had been to an event, a presentation that I had been there, and I tried to live stream it and get that ready for you. Well, we were able to capture the entire 2-hour presentation, and I want to let everyone know that that presentation is available for everyone to see, and it is there for folks to watch. I have to say, if you are a concerned citizen in the state of Indiana, or you are a concerned citizen in the United States of America, or you are a concerned human elsewhere in the world. If you are worried about freedom, if you are worried about, the whole Agenda 21 or the 2030 Agenda, New World Order, if you're concerned about the World Economic Forum and Davos, and all of that nonsense, then you are going to want to watch the static video that we have. I have it up. It is released, and it is in the playlist that is called East Central Indiana Politics. Okay. I'm going to let you guys see this just briefly here. If you go to our YouTube section, if you're watching this on Twitter or you're watching this on Facebook, we welcome you and we thank you for watching on Facebook or Twitter. But we ask that you try to move to YouTube because it is a better viewing experience. You get to see the majority of the people that are commenting. Your comments are few and far between. We try to put them up. I do want to let everybody know right now. I do want to let everyone know that we have just myself here in the house tonight. Producer Kate is taking some much needed time off with the family. Her and Niles are doing some family stuff with her parents. And so I am here alone tonight. If you guys are wondering why we haven't had many people putting your comments up on the screen, that's because I forget to do that. So please, I apologize for that. It is what it is. But I want to let you guys know there I've ran through some folks' comments. I'll try to get to them as much as I possibly can. If you're a concerned citizen, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, doesn't matter if you're Democrat, conservative, liberal, doesn't matter if you're like, hey, I don't care about politics at all. You will want to watch. It's the video in green down here. You'll want to click on the playlist and you'll want to go to that and you'll want to watch that video because he is a great speaker and the information he has is very, very, very important. That is not it. That looked scary. I don't even know what that was. The Ghost in the Machine. I just want you to listen to just a little bit of this, and then we will kick into the breaking news for tonight. This is just about less than 30 seconds of this. Stand by. Listen to what this guy has to say. I love it.
If you don't want this to happen, if you want to see a change in the state of Indiana, get your hiney down to the State House and start testifying at committee hearings in the state of Indiana.
Yes.
Then, and only then, am I willing to have you come out and say anything against the state legislature. Because if you ain't been involved, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
All right, there he's putting it on the line and telling people they need to be involved. We need to get people involved. So please give that show a listen and look for that. The show is called How to Fight Back Against the Out of Control Indiana State Government, War on Farmers and Food. Very, very important. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the very important breaking news. Out of Randolph County tonight, Winchester, Indiana is the county seat. Randolph County, most of you are familiar with that area due to a lot of content that we've had over the last several years from Randolph County. I was made aware just a short time ago of a situation over in Randolph County, and I want to let me get this up here. I apologize. We don't have Kate, so I'm doing all of my own producing tonight. So give me just 1 second. I forgot what it's like to not have to be able to send the information to Kate to have her put in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news out of Randolph County. A short time ago, the Randolph County and or Winchester City Police Department made an arrest on Mr. Louis Galligan. Mr. Louis Galligan, 21-year-old man out of Randolph County. The charges are quite serious. Mr. Louis Galligan is charged with 2 counts of level 3 felony human sexual trafficking. He is charged with 1 count of level 5 sex crime child exploitation, which a lot of times can be looked at as child pornography. He is charged with 1 count of child sexual trafficking, level 4 felony, and 1 count of level 6 felony intimidation. I want to make sure that people are aware, again, of what we are talking about. Louis Galligan, the 21-year-old, the young man that was friends with Bob McCoy and had been friends with Bob McCoy for quite some time, who had been interviewed on this program, the young man who has run around with Joshua Kimbrell, who was just arrested last week, was taken into custody tonight by members of the law enforcement in Randolph County. At this time, I am not aware. Sodom and Gomorrah, Eric. I'm pretty sure that you moved to Sodom and Gomorrah. No, he's not one of the cult guys. He is the gentleman that came on this program and made the allegations against Bob McCoy. He is the man that ran around with Mr. Bob McCoy and Shane Bosworth and Meeks Cockrell. He was friends with all of them and ran around with them, and then he had a falling out with Bob, so then he went over and he was friends with Joshua Kimbrell and all of that. His jazz skills were not good enough to get him into the cult. Okay. For people's rundown of who is who. Bob McCoy is the mayor of Winchester. Mayor Bob McCoy has been the Winchester mayor. He was just elected and is now in his 2nd term in that position. Louis Galligan was kind of like an understudy, I guess, if you will, to the mayor. He was friends with Sheen Bosworth. He was friends with Meeks Cockrell. He's the young man who produced the text messages between himself and Bob McCoy. He produced those text messages to Joshua Kimbrell, stating that Bob had talked to him about beer and had talked to him about cocaine. He came on and yeah, you're right, minion. He's a minion. He's the young man that was like, one day he was friends with Bob, and then they had a falling out, and then bam, he was like friends with Josh and was doing everything with Josh and going everywhere with Josh. He is the gentleman. He is the gentleman that brought up the allegations about the Winchester Hotel. He has made claims about the hotel. Any claims that were ever made against and about the hotel, really, they started from Louis Galligan. And it's really, really, really crazy to me. Now, I've got to be honest. When these charges came out, and I heard that this had happened, I was shocked because of the fact that what had just happened to Josh and then Louis. And that was shocking, but I was not shocked when I heard of these charges. I had not heard anything about that. I was like, I was not shocked at all. I was shocked finding out the information about Mr. Kimbrell. But to find out that there's the connection there, and there's this connection between Louis and Bob, and Louis and Meeks, and Louis and Sheen, is mind-boggling. He caught some fraud charges in Lafayette. He had some charges out of Wayne County. He's the young man that had some charges in like Jay County and Wayne County, and he attempted to fly to England, and he was arrested by the United States Marshals, like in Georgia, attempting to get on a plane to go to England. He has dual citizenship, I believe, and it's just wild. Listen, I'm telling you, Annie is spot on. Sounds like there's a bunch of creeps in Winchester. If you get on and run down through the recent arrests, if you get on and you run down through the recent arrests in the Randolph County court system, the jail inmate pictures, it is very common to see several people being booked in on molest, sex crimes, the R word. I've got to say that for YouTube. SA is assault, S-word assault. So this is really shocking. I've got to be honest. I'm just really, my mother said, I'm beginning to believe that there's a bunch of creeps everywhere. This is insane to me. This is really insane to me. That is 100%. Again, for the record, I want to be very clear on Mr. Kimbrell. The allegations for Josh were all, yes. The charges were all internal with Josh. Josh turned himself in because internally something in the family occurred, and there was no other option for Josh. And so that's why that happened. There are people who are already saying, well, do you think that he's talking Do you think that we have no I have no understanding of that. There's nothing that says that. No one has stated that. Matter of fact, I don't believe that that's something that has happened. From the understanding that I am getting from sources connected to the investigation and in law enforcement, is that basically Josh has stated that he's not going to go through the criminal justice system. He's basically just going to plead guilty to whatever the prosecutor's office brings to him. And that, that's what will happen. And a lot of times when that happens, the prosecutor's office does not give a reduced sentence for a charge. The time that the prosecutor's office will give a reduced sentence is, for example, if someone says, they're arrested for something. Someone is arrested for something, and they're saying, I'm not guilty. And they plead not guilty. And the prosecutor's office is going to charge them. They've been charged with XYZ crime. And they're going through the motions of going and having hearings and all of this, getting ready for a jury trial or a bench trial. And the prosecutor says, well, instead of charging you with level 1 X, Y, and Z, we'll give you a plea deal where we're going to give you less time, and you plead to this, and we'll knock time off of your sentence. That is not what has happened here. That is not what has happened here. What I am hearing from my sources is that Josh has went in, and before the police had a case, Josh said, I did X, Y, and Z. The police then contacted the victims and said, we have someone saying that he did X, Y, and Z. Is this true? And then the victims started talking. So it happened in reverse. Okay. Because of that, Josh has given his statement. He can't, I guess he can recant that, but I don't see that he will recant that. And if he recants that, it won't look good for him. So what happens is, what happens is in this situation, the prosecutor's office will say, okay, well, you have already confessed to X, Y, and Z. We're going to charge you with X, Y, and Z. And here's your time. Normally, they will not get time knocked off for that. So Josh is looking at some pretty hefty time, honestly. He's looking for some really heavy time. And Julie is exactly right. Doing what Josh did, it will spare the victims from having to go through major trauma of the trial, because the trial is good for justice, but a lot of people don't realize that it re-victimizes the victims over and over and over and over and over. So this will stop those victims from being re-victimized by the justice system. That being said, a lot of people say, well, Josh did this because he realized that what he was doing was wrong. No, that is not what happened. Josh realized that his goose was cooked. Josh realized there was no other out. Josh realized that he had already confessed to the victims. He had already confessed to, to everyone that needed to hear it. Then he also, he realized that there was no other way out. So he went and turned himself in, hoping that he could get a better deal. What he did was attempting to manipulate the judicial system. Now, people are saying, could he possibly have give information to the police about Louis? I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly do not know. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell. Like Julie said earlier, Louis was an enigma. Louis often would lie about his age. He told some people that he was in 1920. He told some people he was 35. He told people that he worked for United Airlines and that he was, at one point he said he was an air marshal, even though he was not old enough to be a United States federal police officer. He made all kinds of allegations. On top of that, he oftentimes drove different vehicles, new vehicles. He had multiple charges, criminal charges in various communities. And this tracks. The problem, Karen, is you're looking at Josh and you're still kind of, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, you're kind of still buying into the myth of all of this, of that Josh was a good guy and he was out here doing all of this. Josh's battle with politicians, some of them was good, some of it was over the line, whatever. It was what it was. It was different style than mine. That's neither here nor there. The issue is looking back and talking to victims, talking to folks. Josh was a world-class manipulator. Josh was a world-class manipulator. He manipulated his family. He manipulated friends. He manipulated the people. He manipulated you guys. He manipulated me. He manipulated lots of people. And it's hard for people to believe that. That's why there are people that still are saying, oh, there's no way this is possible. He's undercover. Josh is not undercover. The only cover that he is under is the one at the jail. Well, if we get more pickups with these child predators, then there's only one denominator. It'll be interesting to see what goes on from here, because there have been allegations that there has been a sex ring, a child trafficking ring in Randolph County for some time. And that had nothing to do with Josh. Remove Josh from the equation. The allegations of these sex rings and these criminal organizations, it went around for some time. Now, there are lots and lots and lots of people that are pointing fingers of who they are. It's these people are involved and these people are involved and these people are involved. I have no hardcore proof of any of that. I have no factual understanding of anyone that was involved outside of people who have been arrested. I know a lot of people say that this ties to the murder that occurred last year, the Larry Plink murder, where he murdered his girlfriend. There's a lot of that. I will send it to you, Nicole. Some people say that you might need to go out and come back in and refresh it. Some people have said that. I don't know why it does that from time to time. There's nothing I can do about that. The fuzzy on my side. Sometimes you just have to go back out and come back in. Give me 1 second here, and I want to send that to you, Nicole, because I think it's very important that people people see what is going on. Okay, thank you very okay, good, Annie. Oh no. I think our biggest live the biggest live was back on Facebook, but YouTube, I think the highest live one point on the old network was over 270 whatever. Yeah. The thing is, it's really bad. I mean, we're living in really, really, really bad times, man, and it's scary. For those of you that are religious, you need to, be praying and doing that. For those of you that aren't, good luck. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Julie, Louis had said that Mayor and Meeks were constantly trying to get him to bring younger people to meet the older guys. And again, those are all allegations. I have no proof of any of that. Those are things that Louis stated. I don't know if that's true. I do know. Yeah, we do have those interviews. I do know, however, and I want to let you guys hear something. I want you guys to hear this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go back and play this for you. Let me find this. Hey, Kate, can you help me get this going? Yes, I can. Hold on here. I need to find this. Okay. Okay, right here. Right here. Right here it is. Castle Lord, thank you for your membership, sir. Thank you. Welcome. Okay. I want you guys, this is the back and forth between Mayor Bob and Louis after all of that stuff had happened. I want you guys to hear what he says here.
Hey, can I ask you a question? You cannot. After the shit you said about me, sorry, buddy.
I get met with resistance, but
office saying Bob is using you as a witness to go after these guys. Bob, that's what pissed me off. Right. So
Not true.
So when the prosecutor tells me that, I'm like, Bob McCoy?
That's not true.
We went through a lot.
I know, that's not true.
We went through
So
a
when
lot.
he told me that, the first thing I went was, Bob did that? Okay. I was in London when I got that phone call, and I flew back here. Like he said, well, Josh goes to court next week. I would definitely be interested in you going to listen to what was being alleged. He said, I don't know exactly what's being alleged. Nothing's come to my office. However, you're listed as a victim in 3 different segments.
By who?
I guess your attorney.
Oh, no, that bitch boy.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So that's not
so
how
he took that as a witness?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just on tape.
So I went, that's bullshit. Like, I have a lot of respect for Bob. If he would have called me and said, hey, dude, I need you to fucking help me out with this protection order,
No.
you know I would have stood in your corner like I did many times. But when he calls me, I'm like, this don't add up. So when I was told that, you and John were trying to get me to go on the bar and charges were going to be pressed, whatever, I went and sent it to him. I said, I just want you to have this on record. So Bilbrey made the comment, did Bob touch you?
No. Bilbrey did not make a comment of that. Louis made the allegations, and I asked the question in a negative way. We've all went over this, but I just want that out for the record. We went over this. I stated he did not touch you inappropriately, correct? And Louis then made it weird. All right.
Bob, that's what his comment was. Did Bob touch you?
No,
and
it
I
was
said,
not.
No, there's nothing like that. However, my allegation was, I do think that from what I was told is very concerning, and I wanted to send that there. Well, from then, I'm getting calls from people claiming they're in biker gangs, and they're after me and making the connection that I released information on you. So any normal person is going to say, you got them to come for me. So I said, okay, I'm just going to stay out of the way. So then there was a comment made that I said something to you about calling Joan a scissor sister.
Yep.
And they said that I said that to you, and they came to me and asked me. So I just showed them. I said, well, I said it, and it was an ongoing joke.
And so did I.
And that was that. This was never if that phone call from the prosecutor never reached my phone, Bob, we would not even been in this circumstance, because the way I even talked to you after court.
Yeah, you did.
We had a conversation.
That's what it insinuated. And you can go back and look at it. Maybe it's just, again, when you only get a piece of it.
If you watch the last 10 minutes, I knew the question was coming.
But you say, I'd rather not say on tape.
He asked me about the allegation that I was making, that what was in the prosecutor's office. And I said, I would rather not disclose that because it was just an allegation.
And I think he alluded to, was it of the sexual nature, or did you touch me or something?
And I said no. And I did answer the question. I said no. I'm not, Bob, that's ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous, but they'll do anything to put me out of office, whatever. But I'm sorry, I'm not going nowhere.
I know that. I know you're not going to get beat, Bob. That's why I've never tried to campaign against you. Right. All I did was I protected myself, and, I even told Sheen, if Bob just comes and talks to me, we'll square this shit out. We're men. I don't
Exactly. But, you wouldn't even look at my wife in court.
Yeah. Okay. You'll have to give them, they're on your phone. I said, Josh, I'm not going to court, so I'll just give them to you, which was ignorant. And you do know the thing that everybody's claiming is filming is called Fact Finder, and it's a paid service that you pay for information on people. Oh, I defended you.
But they are thinking that's filming.
That ain't filming.
I know it ain't filming, but they're thinking it's filming.
But she didn't get caught. Looking him up.
I have no idea about that. And I have no access, so I'm out of it. Oh. Ongoing investigation, I think it's free. I think anybody can get it on anybody they want. I may be wrong.
This ain't even something you did. She had her powers way before I was going to subpoena our phone conversations.
I don't even know where that's, I don't think it was even valid. I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with anything.
I think what they were trying to prove is that this was, like, we planned this against them. So it was more of, I want to prove,
Right.
what was actually going on. And I'll be honest, that fucking scared the hell out of me, because I'm like, I ain't getting involved in this. So I just, I said, I'll give them to you.
Yeah.
And
it didn't matter name.
no, and like I said, there was nothing. There were conversations that we had, Bob, that probably should not have, and I did not release those.
No.
I mean, there were
conversations that we had, Bob, that we probably should not have had, and I did not release those. Listen to that one more time.
So I just, I said, I'll give them to you.
Yeah.
And
it didn't matter name.
no, and like I said, there was nothing. There were conversations that we had, Bob, that probably should not have, and I did not release those.
No.
I mean, there were many conversations in there, like, that they took very out of context, like the cocaine. I know
Exactly.
They made the comment that you were doing cocaine, so we went along with the joke. I've since explained this to them, but just as well as anyone, and I know too, they hear something, even I laugh sometimes, like they'll hear something and go, oh my God, this is true. Somebody texted him yesterday and said Dale Arnett was sucking dick. There was nothing. There were conversations that we had, Bob, that probably should not have, and I did not release those.
No.
I mean, there were.
So, I don't know what those are. We never saw those. I never saw any of those. We have no idea what those are. I have no clue. I have no clue what that is. It's very, 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 very strange. There's no way to know what he is implying there. And, it's very, very, very concerning. You know what I mean? Because what could he be implying? It could be anything. And I'm not asking anybody to speculate, nor do I want anyone to speculate, nor would I mean, that is furthest thing from what I could ever want anybody to do. I'm just stating that there are serious issues here. And there are serious allegations that are being made. And with what we're seeing with this arrest tonight, I don't know what to make of that. It's very concerning. It's, I said earlier that this is not something that shocks me. And while I mean that, and while I truly believe that, and I mean everything that I say with that, at the same time, it doesn't shock me, but it is shocking, because crimes against children, there's no coming back from that. Everybody says, I hate a thief. Okay. All right, great. Someone could commit theft. Murder is the worst of the worst. But there are people out there that, there's things that can happen. Sexual assault against a child, child molestation, is a crime in which, in the eyes of society, there is no coming back from. Now, these crimes that Louis is currently pre-charged with, and again, I want to make the distinction, he has not formally been charged as of yet. These are all preliminary charges. The police department has booked him in on preliminary charges. He will have to wait until the prosecutor's office can formally charge him, but the pre-charges are Human sexual trafficking ×2, level 3 felony. That's the most serious. Child sexual trafficking, level 4. 1 count. Child sexual exploitation, 1 count, level 5. And that a lot of times can and would mean child pornography. And then level 6, intimidation. So those are what he has been preliminarily booked into the Randolph County Jail in Winchester, Indiana on tonight. Today's date, Thursday, January 4th, 2024. And he was booked in. Give me 1 second here and I can tell you. He was booked in. Let me tell you here. It looks like he was booked in tonight at about 7:40, 7:45 this evening. And so the probable cause affidavit will be releasable tomorrow once a judge signs it. Basically, what happens from here is in the morning, a judge will sign off on the probable cause sheet. The prosecutor's office will probably request an additional 72 hours. They will then need to formally charge Kimbrell or formally charge Galligan. And Louis will be formally charged at some point, and then he will have an initial hearing. Kimbrell's initial hearing is tomorrow. Now, I want to say, I'm not saying that there is anything illegal. I'm not saying that there is anything illegal with Bob McCoy, with what Bob McCoy has done, or anyone else. Matter of fact, my interview with Louis was done from the negative perspective. If you go back and you listen to that interview, which is live on this channel, it's all said from the point of view of this didn't happen, right? What are your words? And I said very clearly, these are not my words. These are Louis's words. This is allegations only. And, I'm not stating that Bob McCoy is attached to anything. I'm not saying that now. Matter of fact, when the thing happened, that go-between between Bob and Louis occurred, I called Bob afterwards and attempted to try to talk to him to say, hey, I want to let you know what Louis was saying in that hallway, I did not say. I would never have made those claims about you without having the factual proof. I'm not making those claims about him now. I'm not making the claims about Meeks. I'm not making the claims about Sheen. I'm not making those claims about anybody. I'm simply stating that there has been the allegations of an unknown sex ring in Randolph County for years. the talk of this criminal sexual enterprise has really ramped up in the last couple months, the last 4, 5, 6 months, 8 months. Do I believe that Kimbrell was involved in that sex ring? No, I do not believe that he was involved in that in any way. I believe that Josh's situation, unless I am proved otherwise, is a in-house situation where it's nothing external. I doubt we will find other victims. Whatever's going on here with Louis, we will have to wait. What's very important for everyone to understand is, I know that people are chomping at the bit for information, and they want all the information as fast as they can, specifically when it's crimes involving children or crimes of this nature. They take extra special precaution to carefully scrub in any information for identifying information, and they do that for the protection of the victims. So I just wanted to bring this forward and let you guys be aware of what is going on. Everyone, this is a great time. This is a great time for parents, grandparents, or people, custodians of children, to talk to your children and bring forward the fact that there are dangerous people in the world. You don't want to make children scared. You don't want to break their hearts and take their innocence from them. But it's a great time and a great opportunity to sit down with your loved ones and tell them priorities. Your priorities, your priority in life is to be a kid and to have fun, and no one should ever put adult choices and decisions in front of you. No one should ever cross the boundary with you. It is okay for you to have boundaries. There are good touches and there are bad touches. And there are really, really important things that people need to sit down and tell your children. And it's important that they know that there are boundaries when someone is touching them or hugging them. If something's going on in a way they don't like, it doesn't matter if it's a stranger or a person in the family. It doesn't matter if it's a family friend, that they need to tell someone that there's never any secrets between a child and a parent, or child and a guardian, that they need to tell someone and they need to be vocal about this. And it's a good time to remember that, it's not the same thing, this. So that's very, very, very important. I do want to show you this. This is let me show you this. This is just now coming out, folks. Let me bring this forward. Hold on. Okay. So we've already got the mugshot of Louis here. Stand by. This is coming from Randolph County, Indiana. This was just 37 minutes ago. Indiana man charged with promoting child sex trafficking, intimidation with an AK-47. Randolph County, Indiana, an Indiana man has been arrested and charged with child sex trafficking, promotion of intimidation after police say he threatened a victim with an AK-47. Louis David Galligan, a 20-year-old man from Winchester, was arrested Thursday after police say he made juvenile males send him pornographic photos and videos and offered to pay them after sexual acts. The Randolph County Sheriff's Department began investigating Galligan in the morning hours of December 29th after receiving a call stating that the 20-year-old had threatened to drive to Ridgeville with an AK-47 and shoot someone. The caller said Galligan was parked outside their home. Randolph County Sheriff's deputies went to the location but were unable to locate Galligan or his car, Captain Tom Poland said in a news release Thursday. However, an investigation was launched into several allegations made against the suspect. While investigating, Randolph County Sheriff's deputies found that the threat had been made by Galligan in a group chat on Snapchat. When looking for a cause of the threat, investigators found that Galligan had allegedly been making juvenile males send him pornographic photographs and videos. Furthermore, Randolph County Sheriff's Department alleged that Galligan had engaged in sexual acts with one juvenile teen male and attempted to perform sexual acts with a second juvenile teen male. Both teen victims reportedly told police that payment was offered by Galligan for the sex acts. Captain Poland said that the Randolph County deputies located Galligan on January 4th and interviewed the suspect. While speaking with Randolph County Sheriff's Department, Galligan allegedly admitted that the allegations made against him, child pornography was also reportedly found in his possession. Galligan admitted to the allegations made against him. Galligan was subsequently booked in the Randolph County Jail, where he is being held on the following charges: promotion of child sexual trafficking, level 3 felony, 2 counts. Promotion of human sexual trafficking, level 4 felony, 1 count. Child exploitation and child pornography, level 5 felony, 1 count. Intimidation, level 6 felony, 1 count. According to Randolph County Sheriff's Department, a level 3 felony can include a prison sentence ranging from 3 to 16 years with an advisory sentence of 9 years. Online court records have not been updated to reflect the initial hearing date of Galligan's criminal trial. No other information was immediately provided by Randolph County Sheriff's Department Captain Polans. Central Indiana News here. So this is the bookend photo, ladies and gentlemen, of Mr. Galligan. I tell you, the mug shots for serious crimes like this just never look too good. He doesn't have that same smirk on his face that he generally has. Very interesting. So, that's it, folks. That's what we have for the situation with Louis. I just blows me away that how that would have ever happened, Annie, I have no clue. This is So strange. I don't know if it's going to continue. Hopefully it stops. I mean, this madness needs to stop. I just am actually blown away. The thing with Union City, there's been a big post going around in Union City with the situation with the Wells family. You know, I don't have much more to add to. Again, we broke the story here on that New Year's Eve. That was you know, kind of a shocking situation to find out what had happened. Again, it wasn't anything that was a major surprise. I want to pull up the comment here. Give me a second. Because there's a there's a long comment here. And this was shared by Anonymous. So I can show you this, but we don't have who this is from. I can show you guys this. But this is what the post looked like on social media. You can't really see it. I'll take this down and I'll read it to you. This just basically confirms what I talked about on New Year's Eve. Anonymous participant. Union City, Indiana residents should be disgusted at the shit show of events that took place recently at the Union City bowling alley. During the city's Christmas party for city employees, where the entire Wells family was in attendance, there was a series of events that should have this city screaming for termination of at least 2, if not more, of the city employees. There was lots of liquor involved. Everyone was drinking at the expense of the city court judge, Linda Wilcox, who ultimately paid the bar tab, which is crazy to me. My understanding, this is not my words, this is this poster. My understanding is that the city paid for the food tab. After enough liquor, the shit show begins. Christy Wells, the secretary for the judge, the mayor, and the police department, the one who answers the phone, and the first face you see when you walk in to the police department, was walking around topless. She's been accused of this in the past, but she made light of it by laughing. However, everyone that's ever worked for the city police department knows and can attest to Christy Wells and the fact that she loves to show off her breasts. Nicholas Wells, the son of Kobe and Christy Wells, who was recently terminated for his inappropriate behavior with a married woman while on duty in the back of a police car, became so intoxicated he started fighting other city employees. Please keep in mind that he knows jiu-jitsu, and so does his father. His dad, Kobe, actually teaches jiu-jitsu. Nicholas punched the wall several times, and his hands started bleeding pretty badly. He started fighting, and blood was everywhere. In an attempt to get Nicholas Wells under control, his father, Kobe Wells, ended up putting Nicholas in a chokehold and choking him out. It's being said that immediately Mayor Chad Spence terminated Kobe Wells' employment and Christy Wells' employment, and that Nicholas Wells has pending felony charges against him now. However, it's now being said that Kobe Wells was given the opportunity to resign and that Christy Wells is on administrative leave, but is sure to continue to be back at work soon. This behavior cannot be tolerated anymore in the Union City administration. Mayor Spence should call for the termination immediately of both Mr. and Mrs. Wells. Enough is enough. And if this behavior is not enough, I ask you, when is enough enough? I feel like some liability should fall on Linda Wilcox as well for supplying the flow of alcohol in the form of a credit card. It's also well known that Linda Wilcox, aka the judge, and Mr. and Mrs. Wells best friends, and she sends them on vacation and pays for them and go out on a further reading here. She's her best friend and sends them on vacation and pays for them. I would go further out on a limb to say that Mrs. Wilcox should probably resign from her position as well, as the entire town knows that she drinks and drives every night. This is not a secret. It is well known. But again, just that part of Union City, good old boy backslapping bullshit, politics and cover up that goes on in Union City. Union City citizens, we deserve better. I would appreciate a like and a share of this post so that we can make all of the citizens of Union City aware of this incident that is completely unacceptable. Now, I have heard that this post has since been either removed or deleted, taken down. I don't know in what capacity this text remains. I will tell you that this story obviously was broke last Sunday. So it's kind of a big thing that's going on. I mean, it's absolutely insane. The fact that this is the law enforcement and the EMS of that area. I was told today that Kobe was a reserve with Ridgeville, where his son is a police officer. His son is supposed to be starting the academy like any day now. I would hope that those felony charges come soon and that he is removed from the police department. This is a family whose time in public service has, in my opinion, went well past over its expiration date, and they need to remove themselves or be removed. Union City is no different than Winchester or Muncie or Henry County or Anderson or Falmouth, Kentucky, or Louisiana or Chicago or any place else. It's dirty, it's backwards, and the politicians and the people in power are corrupt. They seem to be almost soulless, and they do things for themselves rather than for the service of their community. And it is well past time that citizens need to wake the hell up and start being vocal about this stuff. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, that's the news out of a very, very, very dark Randolph County this evening. It would scare the living hell out of me to live in Randolph County and have children. I would honestly be afraid. I just don't know. That I don't know if I would want to live there if it was just me. I think that the area is just almost to the point of, like I said, Sodom and Gomorrah, folks. Winchester and Union City. You know, it is what it is. It's definitely a super dark, shitty cloud over Randolph County, and I pray for the people there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me this evening. I know we're going to cut it a little short, but that's all we've got. It is Thursday, which means we are done for the week. We will be off tomorrow. We will be off Saturday, and we will be back right here live Sunday night at 9 p.m. Sunday is going to be a big show, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the day before the Muncie City Council meeting, And we're going to have big news for you guys Sunday. We're going to have a big show Monday. I do want to remind everybody that this will be next week. This is the Delaware County Tax Abatement Committee meeting, January 9th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Yours truly will be live streaming the meeting and or recording it to put up for as a static video. So this will be next week. It will be a very important meeting. I again want to remind you guys to look for the most recent static video of that we put out dealing with the how to fight back against the out of control Indiana state government, the war on food and farmers. It's a very important video that I feel like you guys need to see. The people of all over Indiana needs to see it. Definitely all over Indiana. But then beyond Indiana, it literally needs to be seen everywhere. So I would highly recommend you guys taking a look at that if you have not watched it already. Very, very important. And beyond that, I will have information for you. We will be working all weekend. We'll be getting stuff ready for Sunday night's show and for the council meeting Monday. I have a big presentation that I'm going to be bringing before the council during the public concerns, and I expect to hear nothing but good responses. These people are new, and they should be raring and ready to go. It shouldn't be anything that they are flabbergasted by, and they should be ready to get out there and work for the people and do the will of the people. I'm excited to talk to this new council and to see, what possibly they might have to offer. So that'll be interesting. Oh, God, where's Kate? I got to get this thing off my face. Sorry about that. Hold on here. I have been talking to you this whole time and utilizing my hands, and that was up there. Sorry. Please do check this episode out if you haven't. War on Farmers and Food. It talks about the LEAP project, carbon sequestration, fertile soil land grabs, and other lies. How to fight back against the out-of-control Indiana state government. It is a presentation put on by John Schrock. It will be worth your while. It's the best 2 hours you could spend other than being here live with me. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Have a wonderful Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll see you back here Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Love each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you, and take care of yourselves. Remember to please give us a like if you haven't. Before you leave, also hit the bell, subscribe if you haven't, and maybe consider joining. You can join for membership perks at the $2.99 level, the $6.99 level, or the Duck Club member, which is $19.99. We appreciate all of that. I do want to say a big shout out to, I didn't say this earlier in the evening, but a big shout out to Scalazzo Photo for the $5 they gave us. It's not uncommon for people to hurt others. To become extra altruistic was Josh subconscious guiding him to put him in situations with police. That's very interesting thought. Thank you for your $5. Thank you, Castle Lord, for your membership. And I want to thank all the rest of you that have been become members this week. Thank you guys all very much, and we will see you Sunday night. Good night, God bless, and goodbye.